YouTube, how are you doing? And welcome back to Phasmophobia. Today we are back with another weekly challenge, and this one is the Sanity Survival Challenge. I actually completely forgot about this one. I mean, it's been over a year ago, but this is the challenge where we have no lights and no pills, and it's gonna be nightmare mode, which is actually really rare because usually the weekly challenges are all just professional or lower, where you have 3 evidences. So I'm really happy to see they're throwing some lower evidence challenges in here as well. And if you're struggling with that, you're come to the right place. We're gonna do it all today in one video. I hope you enjoy. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. But let's not waste any more time. Let's hop into the game. Let's go. We got Jessica Anderson. Look at that. We got the half broken screens, broken sanity, which is actually interesting because the whole idea of this challenge is that you have to manage your sanity. You have a single sanity pill, which I'm assuming we... Oh. I was assuming I couldn't take that right now because I was assuming we would be at 100% sanity, but okay, I guess we can take it. What? I thought we were supposed to be at 100% sanity and then control our sanity from that point onwards, but I guess not. We do have flashlight, and it seems like no. We got tier. There's like a mix finally. Last weekly was insane, by the way. I don't know if you want to watch that video. If you didn't already check it out, highly recommend it because it shows just how hard these weekly challenges have become with the new items. That was like a no sanity, tier 1 items only challenge on prison. It was absolutely wild. Okay, so we got tier 2 candles, which means that we do have a pretty strong source of preventing sanity. We have the... Can I put it back, please? There you go. We have mostly tier 1 items beside that, though. Yeah, except the dots. Wait a minute. The dots is tier 2. That's nice. I think we're just going to start with the EMF and the thermo. That's usually good. I mean, if you want to start with the photo cam, that's fine, too. But it doesn't really matter on the weekly challenge. Like, on the weekly challenge, taking photos and getting perfect games are completely useless. Because it's all about that sweet reward. We got tarot cards as well. The rule of tarot cards, which is a law, by the way, you can't not do this, is to at least pull 1 every time you see it. There you go. That's all. You just gotta pull 1. If you die, you die. Like 1 out of 100 games you get the tarot cards, you'll just instantly die, but that'll be funny. Wait, we also got the voodoo doll? We got so many cursed possessions. Okay, wait a minute. I love the voodoo doll. This is gonna cost me sanity, though, which is kind of scary. That was in the kitchen. I don't like it. Beebity boobity boop. Okay, it was this thing right here. I'm gonna leave this. It's already freezing breath as well, so no EMF 5 on that. Now let's hope we're not... I assume they have a reasonable grace period. It's not... There's no lights, so I don't even have to look for the breaker or anything, which is usually what you should do, by the way. I mean, this is something I think even new players realize, that they need to turn on the lights. If you don't, for whatever reason, turn on the damn lights, because they prevent your sanity from draining. Not entirely, usually, but just if you're standing in an area with light, it just drains slightly slower, which is just good. Because the one thing that I have come to learn with this update is that new players have no idea how to deal with low sanity. I made a video about that as well recently, and I'm gonna be doing more. It is nightmare mode, by the way, so we only get 2 evidences. But yeah, once you reach that low sanity threshold, amateur players just completely panic, and they leave. They don't know what to do. They fill in a random ghost, and then they get upset that they thought it was freezing because of the freezing breath. Good God, there has never been a change this controversial as this one. The freezing temperature change may be the single most like new player fuck you change they've ever made, and not necessarily a great fault of the devs. It just shows you how, is a great example showing you how few people are as into a game as I am, which I guess is just a healthy wake-up call. Like, I am so into Phasmo that it was literally like instant adjustment. It was like I read the patch notes, boom, I was adjusted. Like, it didn't take... I've played 2,000 hours with the old freezing temperatures. It took me reading 1 sentence to immediately adjust to this new system. But like, for some reason, when you're not very familiar with the way a game works, I think it just breaks your brain or something. I don't know. I don't quite know what happened, like why people are struggling with this so much. But there's obviously something to it, because a lot of people are having a tough time. I think the main reason that... Oh my God. Hi. I think the main reason that people are struggling so much with it is that because the temperature, if you're using the tier 1 thermo, it sticks at like it lands at like right above 0. So people are like, Luke, I have freezing breath. Luke, the temperature is right above 0. This must be freezing temperatures. I think that's why. I think it would be better if the minimum temperature was like in the middle between 0 and 5, because the minimum temperature being right at 0, I mean, that was how it always used to work, but it just fucks people up for some reason. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Oh, I've changed my keybind. Give me a sec. Oh, it's writing in the book. Nice. Okay, we got book writing. And I need to quickly change my settings. Now it should work. Let's see. So writing, first of all, my sanity hasn't been a problem. Oh, did it just knock on the window? Wait a minute. It did just knock on the window, which means you can check for fingies, which means there's not fingies. The big change between amateur or between like professional mode and nightmare mode is that you can't rule out evidence. If you see it's not fingerprints, you might be used to just double clicking this and ruling it out. No longer can you do that. That's not a thing. Where are you? Are you here? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Are you French? I think this is a really good challenge to practice. Oh, you are doing like are you checking that hiding spot? Like, what are you doing back there? That's the second time you're just in the corner behind the fridge. I'm not gonna walk into the ghost because it's gonna drop my sanity. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? It knocked on this window. Let's check for EMF there. On this, right? Yes. You can actually also get fingies on this, by the way. You can also get fingerprints. Oh my god. Okay, that did drop my sanity, but it at least gives us some intel. Let me quickly leave the map here. So, there is a way, however, if you've never played nightmare mode, let me give you some quick nightmare mode tips. You can't rule out evidence, not one evidence. However, if you, for sure, you have to be careful with this because this can, like, backfire. If you are 100% certain that you know it's not 2 evidences, you can rule out ghosts. Now, how do you do this? For example, it is very unlikely that it's UV, and it's also very unlikely that it's Spirit Box in this situation. So you can click both of those, both of them. So the way nightmare mode works is that the ghost will hide 1 evidence, but only 1. So you need to have at least 2 evidences for one of these ghosts. Now, because we know it's not UV, let's say theoretically, it might still be Spirit Box in this situation, but let's say theoretically, I was 100% certain that it's not UV and Spirit Box. These ghosts are impossible, because if it were these ghosts, they would have to show 2 evidences, which in this situation is impossible because I already know it can't be this one and it can't be this one. So I can rule out Phantom, I can rule out Poltergeist, I can rule out Mimic. This is like a something that you slowly learn, and it's actually really useful if you're a little bit less familiar with like the ghost behaviors, because otherwise your no evidence portion of the challenge is gonna be way more difficult. So in this case, I also think it's very unlikely. Let me check for orbs again. I think it's very unlikely for it to be orbs. Ooh, EMF. So let me see. Is there orbs? There. Never mind. It is literally orbs. Okay. Well, that changes things. Okay, we got orbs and ghost writing. But yeah, let's say that we knew it wasn't freezing temperatures. We could click both of these, and you can rule out these, right? So this is like a really useful trick to actually still be able to rule out some ghosts. Like, it's not necessarily useful once you have the 2 evidences. I mean, it's literally no longer useful once you get both evidences. But if you can, for whatever reason, find, for example, dots or writing or something like that, this is a great trick. Now, this is a really easy round. It's either... Seems like it could be a Thay. However, I am confused why I haven't been hunted yet. And a Revenant would be very spicy. Do we actually have... I don't think we have smudge sticks, do we? Wait a minute. Man, this ghost is going. No, we don't have smudge sticks. We do have a single tier 1 crucifix. Wow, dude. Fucking, you shouldn't have. Damn. Okay, I think we're just gonna get a hunt then. Sometimes so annoying that they do these weekly challenges without smudge sticks. Like, smudge sticks are by far the most important item in the entire game. So the fact that you often don't have smudge sticks is kind of annoying. Let's see. I can't turn on any lights, so the looping is gonna be really hard. I think we can just listen to the ghost speed, though. Could you please hunt me? I guess I could use the... Guess I'll just use the voodoo doll to trigger a hunt. I'm just gonna be upstairs, by the way. Quickly check a hiding spot over here. Any hiding spot? We got not that one. Man, they actually... Oh, it's hunting already. Well, I can go to this hiding spot. Oh, it's actually open. Is it a they? Why are you so quiet? Oh, it's definitely a they. Help! Oh, it is a they. Okay, so it's not a full speed they. It's already gotten a little older, which we can check that in the settings or in the stats later. But this can obviously not be a mare, because a mare would never be this fast, because this is just normal speed, right? On this weekly challenge, sometimes they change the speed, but I feel like they would have set that in the like description of it. So mare is just a normal speed ghost. Revenant would be slow or fast. This one was just regular or like fast speed the whole time, so it's obviously going to be a they. Now it could be a mimic with orbs, but remember, because we also have ghost riding, ghost riding is not a mimic evidence. We don't have to worry about it being the mimic, and we can just go. We can just get the hell out of here. I think this is going to be a great challenge for people that like... I think the weekly overall, as like, it's not necessarily good anymore for money. Some of them are, some won't be. Like the last week was definitely not worth it. If you were to play last week's weekly challenge like as a custom difficulty, you would have gotten far more money than 5,000 in 3 runs, like if you got it correctly 3 times. But this weekly is a good example of, you get to try something new if you aren't familiar with nightmare mode. And even if you are, it's always nice to not have to risk any items. Because the way they balance the difficulty, or the way they balance the income in the prestige system is pretty forgiving. You can die like up to 50 times, and you would still have enough money to purchase all the items. So don't really worry too much about dying. However, this is obviously a great just freebie. I am just gonna take the pill again. I don't know if it even does anything. I feel like it probably does, because why else would they only have 1? It's just a great way to do a run for free. And just try something out of your comfort zone. I think that's the main reason for the... please, can I play? For the weekly challenge. I do wish that they would, like, maybe instead of making you choose a map, they would, like, choose a map for you that wouldn't just be the same map 3 times in a row. I don't know. I feel like that's a really weird part of the weekly challenges, personally, where you're like, if you want to play it with friends, you just have to play it 3 times on the same map. Like, why not just click weekly and then you click start, and then it just sends you into like a specific subset of the map pool? Like, I don't know. I feel like that would totally make sense. I didn't hear anything. I wish I had the tier 3 EMF. All right, I did hear that though. I have come to notice, we did a tarot card week or tarot card challenge recently that you haven't seen on YouTube yet, but that will be on YouTube soon. What I noticed in that one is that it is very different, or that like interactions forced by the cursed possession, such as tarot card and like voodoo doll interactions, really often fail. They just don't work for some reason. Wait, what? Turn on this light? What happened? It clicked the light and then it clicked it back off. It must not be a mare though. I don't know. I think the CJ explained it, that the way the tower card and the voodoo doll work is that they force an interaction if the ghost is able to. So if it's close to an object, and they give like a higher chance of interacting for a few seconds just to hope to get another interaction out of the ghost. But yeah, it's no guarantee at all that you get an interaction for sure. It can't be a mare in this situation because it flicked the light switch. Even though the breaker's not on, by the way, that is still totally accurate. Even though the breaker wasn't on, and there's not any light coming out of the light source, that still means that it can't be a mare. I just wish the screen was slightly bigger, man. I love the green night vision. Sucks that the other ones have the classic white night vision. I know that's like more normal or whatever, but I just love the green night vision. Orbies again. As you saw last game, you need to be careful for Orbies. I've been screwed over by Orbies many times. They are a little sneaky sometimes, and you got to place the writing book on the dots as soon as possible, especially the writing book. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, there's a tiny lady. Hi there. By the way, every ghost event, since you might be struggling with using the tier 1 equipment, I obviously will be making more videos with tier 1 equipment. After a ghost event is like prime time for spirit box, especially the stinky ass tier 1 spirit box, because the big problem with the tier 1 spirit box is that it has a terrible range. So even if you're in the ghost room, there is still a really big chance that you're not in range of the ghost sometimes, which means that you're just talking as if you weren't even in the same room. So you're not guaranteed to get an interaction at all. So be careful with that. And even if you're standing on top, that's the other annoying thing, is that even if you're standing on top of the ghost, there is still a chance that you won't be getting a response. Because the low interaction rate with the tier 1 spirit box. Like the tier 3 spirit box is like 100 times better, because not only does it get a way bigger range, but it also makes it like, I don't know, 5 times more likely to interact with it or something. It's kind of wild. Is it freezing in here? Any fingies? I'm not sure. It's definitely cold, but not freezing. Where are you? This is a pretty shitty spot, by the way. If the ghost hunts from out here, you just gotta turn off your flashlight as soon as possible and just pray to God that it doesn't enter this room. That's literally all you can do to survive. Where are you? Oh, it's writing. What? Excuse me. What is this? What is this a bug? Or am I just getting the 6 ghosts twice in a row? Wait, excuse me? Why does this happen so often? I had, when I was playing with CJ and Psycho and Blob a few days ago, we had 3 shades in a row, which was absolutely unheard of. The highest amounts of ghosts I've had in a row is 3. I've never had 4 ghosts in a row, so I don't know. I'm still looking for the 4 ghosts in a row craziness. Oh! It is not a Thay this time, it is a Revenant. You can hear by the slow speed. So we did get a new ghost, but same evidence. Hey, that was actually surprising. It seems like they got pretty high interaction rate. It said that it was a nightmare ghost. This feels like they're interacting more than the nightmare ghosts I'm used to, but maybe I'm just getting lucky here. Okay, so you can hear very clear slow speed. And another thing you can know about Revenants is that if you turn on your equipment... Oh, I was actually gonna just, like, end myself here. My goal was to die, but I guess I failed. All right, never mind then. I guess I just live. Goodbye. This is a long ass hunt. Please. There we go. If it detects your equipment, it will go turbo speed to your location, which is like a change that feels so natural. Like it feels like it should have been in the game forever, but it's only been in the game for relatively recent. But man, that was such a good change. That was an incredible change, in my opinion, to just make the Revenant feel so much more menacing, because the fact that the Revenant was always slow unless it had eyes on you was so silly. But yeah, there you go, another Revenant. Now I'm getting really lucky here with good interactions on my writing book, because that could have been a total disaster. I can see, I think the hardest ghost in this challenge is probably the Goryo, because the Goryo has, like, getting Goryo dots, I don't know, maybe this is just me, but I have just simply been unable to get Goryo dots. The only way I figure out Goryo is if I only have one evidence, like EMF or fingerprints, I think is the other evidence for Goryo, and I'm just like desperately trying for 15 minutes to get anything out of the ghost. The ghost starts chain hunting. I'm just like crying myself to sleep, and then I'm like, well, it's probably just a Goryo because I'm getting nothing. Danny Princess, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Thank you. I don't know what it is. This voodoo doll is actually OP as hell, by the way. Like, voodoo doll is such a good item. It actually might be my favorite cursed possession, secretly. Because it, for like no sanity. Oh, I didn't take my sanity pill this time. What? Oh. Wait, it's EMFing over here. Is this a wraith? What is happening upstairs? Fucking terrifying. Same ghost room. Oh, I'm leaving. I'm out here. This shit's so cool. I love that, man. The radio is incredible. The way they changed that is so good. What the hell was that sound as I was leaving? Okay, so I just got EMF 2 far away from the ghost room, which might have been bleeding through the floor. I don't really know, but I feel like that's probably Wraith or something. So let's just assume it's Wraith. EMF spirit box, dots projector. We're gonna take the salt as well, and we're gonna take the sanity pill because we can always use the curse possession. And then EMF we already have in there. We'll take a dots projector, and we'll take the. Actually, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the tripod because it makes it like, look at this. This screen is already terribly small. Look how bad it is when you put it on a tripod. It gets so much smaller. It's like actually fucked. Like, what is this, dude? Like, they really, I feel like they should have just had, like, I know the way that these are supposed to work is that they're just like set in the same spot for every single different item, but I feel like they could have just changed the position of the tripod, the way you hold it based on the camera that's placed on top of it. Because, like, yeah, for the tier 3 camera it's totally fine, but for the tier 1 and tier 2 even, it's just really bad, so I just end up never using the camera. Okay, this is fucked. Are you okay, Ghost? Is it even here? Can you shut up? Is it in this room? Absolutely cursed. There's also one that has my voice on it. Oh. Ah! Ah! My trauma. Stop it. What the fuck? Yeah, this one.
Devastating loss of life.
That's me, dude.
Tragedy struck.
Injured in a close-knit
Senseless act of violence. Loss of life.
in a shocking turn.
A lifeless body.
That's so good. You can hear all the different audios from all the content creators. Yeah, I heard Psycho as well there. Okay, well, it's obviously in here through the ball. Anyway, I got slightly distracted there. Let's place some salt on the door here. Oh, not a Wraith. Surprising. All right, then. I mean, that's why we brought it. Okay, well, that's dots. Why is the dots just... Okay, the dots is incredibly bugged. So, like, that's... I don't know what that was. Why was it just standing still there? That was strange. Okay, well, obviously it's dots. And obviously it's not a Goryo, because I could see that plain as day. It was the moonwalking dots. I guess I'll just bring some more items. We don't have everything yet. Phantom teleport. Banshee. No, Banshee can't be on a different floor, right? I mean, maybe for all we know, the EMF was just weird. It was just a strange thing. Yeah, I don't know why the dot stays in place like that. I think the problem with me for dots, and I'm pretty sure this is a bug in the game, but I haven't played, like, I've played for like 100 hours on the new update already, but I haven't played for long enough to truly say, like, matter-of-factly, like, this is definitely bugged, but I have a strong lingering suspicion that it is bugged, and the way it is bugged is that dots works totally fine when you're in the room. I have no problems when it's in the room. However, as soon as you're not in the room, it just doesn't do dots. The way, whatever they did, the way they made dots work when you're not in the ghost room just doesn't work on my version of the game. Maybe, I mean, doesn't work for me reliably, at least. Knocked on the window. No EM or no fingies. No EMF either. I think I've seen dots from the truck a single time so far, which is just insanely weird. It's gonna be spirit box. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Where are you? Please don't leave this room. Where are you? Are you here? Are you close? Are you friendly? Are you French? Ooh. Push the door again. So you can, now we're actually struggling a little. We're struggling a little bit, and we're getting hunted. Did I not take the sanity pill? I don't think I threw the sanity pill. Okay, I'm just gonna hide. This spot is amazing, by the way. Every time you should hide here. I have two spots where I hide on this map. I'll show you both of them. These are my go-to spots, and they never fail me. It's normal speed. Not a Thay, not a Dio. Can't really tell Raichu here. I mean, maybe it's just a Phantom. We'll see. We can't loop it, though. That's the problem. I feel like that... Oh, the room had dots and it wasn't fast. Yeah, true. Oh, it's freezing. Okay, never mind then. It's a Yuri or Oni? Is that a double door touch? Let's go. Okay, I think I'm actually gonna have to die here. Oh, never mind. That was a Yuri touch. I'm pretty sure that was a Yuri ability. Did you hear that? Wait. That sounded like a Yuri. Oh, God. Fuck. All right, you know what? I'll just die. I think that was Yuri. But it kind of sucks that you don't have smudge sticks for a challenge like this, because it really prevents people from doing the testing that they're supposed to be doing. Because a lot of the testing that you should do on a nightmare mode run is impossible if you don't have smudge sticks. So that's kind of annoying because it doesn't teach people the thing that they're supposed to be looking out for. Like Oni would be really easy to test if you could just loop it around this table. We're still gonna do that because I will probably be fine. You can see how it's doing these. Yeah, it was doing some long blinks there. So for Oni, the blinks are super fast, which I had someone comment about how the way I described it was confusing for them. But I truly mean blinking. I don't mean the ghost disappears quicker or stays visible for longer. I literally mean count the amount of blinks, because the way that it works is that the ghost will blink and then it will be visible for a random amount of time that doesn't change between Phantom or Oni or any ghost. That's always like a similar amount of time. However, when it disappears, which I call a blink, the disappearing, it'll blink back into existence faster if it's an Oni. So you literally if you were to write down for like 10 seconds how many blinks you see for an Oni, how many blinks you see for a normal ghost, and how many blinks you see for a Phantom, it would be instantly obvious which is the Phantom, which is the Oni, and which is the normal ghost. It will be immediately visible because just the sheer, like, the amount of times it blinks, which I think is actually a really good way. Like, if you're not very good at the just intuition of, oh, this looks like an Oni, oh, this looks like a Phantom, just like getting like kind of a sense of like counting it. I mean, I feel like it's almost uncountable. If you're having a lot of trouble counting the blinks, it's usually an Oni, because what an Oni tends to do is blink away and then blink back in like instantly. That's sometimes how you can get the blinks count wrong, because it'll just blink so fast that it actually doesn't even register. I think that's my main way I test for Oni, is do you see these really short, like boom, 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 boom blinks? And for Phantom, it's the complete opposite. Do you ever see a short blink, then boom, it's not a Phantom? I'm also completely stuck. I hope I don't crash, because I'm gonna lose my weekly challenge bonus. There we go. So yeah, that was 5,000. I level up a single level. This is like, once you reach this level, you're leveling up super slow. And I mean, you can obviously use the custom difficulty to power yourself through this easily. But if you're playing normal, it's gonna take a little slower, but it's still totally fine. And it's like, especially with the weekly challenge helping you out every now and then, just getting a full level. But the weekly challenge is definitely not as impactful as it used to be. Before, it was like, oh my god, 3,000, that's like 30 levels, holy fuck. And now it's just like, I mean, depending on where you are on the leveling curve, it can't even be sometimes not a single level. If you're like at 90, it doesn't even give you a single level. But anyway, that was the sanity survival challenge. Just a regular, I don't know, maybe it's because I was playing solo, but the sanity survival part didn't really come into this for me, because yeah, it said no sanity pills in the challenge, didn't it? Sanity is scarce with no pills or lights. There was still a pill, but I guess they didn't give me any sanity, so the pill didn't even matter at all. Or maybe it did. I don't know why there was still a pill. Maybe it was a bug. It's a placebo pill. I see. Because we couldn't see our sanity on the chart. So yeah, because you couldn't see your sanity and it didn't really matter too much because you can still just like figure out the ghost really fast. I don't really get the sanity survival part of this because it doesn't teach you anything about keeping your sanity. Like, yes, you could hold a candle, but the candles are so bad. Because look at this, by the way. Look at the candles. This one prevents 33% sanity, the tier 1, and the tier 2 only 50% sanity drain, which is, I guess, okay. But compared to the previous version where it prevents 100% sanity, it's like a huge downgrade. So yeah, I don't know. I find the candles even more useless now. I never used the candles anyway, let alone now where they're limited as well as not even giving you the full boost. But regardless, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know how it went for you. Keep it up, by the way. Keep letting me know how it went for you. Last time, you guys shared a bunch of stories of your adventures on the hardest weekly challenge, in my opinion. That was a complete disaster. I struggle with it. You guys struggle with it. I don't expect this one to be very hard, but maybe you had some unlucky ghosts and I was just super lucky. Let me know. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed, please do so. Also, by the way, I didn't even say that, but that was a Ure, so it was the Ure ability, which the Ure ability is like touching the doors twice really quickly. That was a bit of a tricky one, though, because usually if you get the Ure door touch, it closes the door as well. It didn't used to work like that, but because it was bugged for a while, but they fixed it recently. But there I got the bugged version again twice in a row. So yeah, hopefully it is not entirely bugged again. Hopefully most of the time it's just working as intended and it's way more obvious. But anyway, that should help you out a little bit, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed, please do so. If you liked the video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. And if you want to join the lovely gamers here in chat, you can join us over at twitch.tv/Hinsum. Okay, the link in the description down below. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one. Bye bye.